James Wiseman. Now back to Steiny and Guru.
Where was that dunk at, James, when you were in a Warrior uniform?
This is James Wiseman.
Damn, he cut quick.
Was a dunk.
And yacked it.
Wasn't it?
But I love you. You
it wasn't a defensive stand.
But you did say it was nice. You said Guru was nice. You gave him that. Where was that at, James?
This
the big
James
ticket. He cut. That was the night.
What's he doing?
Ski skirt. Stopped on a dime. Look at my boy.
Who stopped on a dime?
Wiseman.
James Wiseman has never stopped on a dime in his life. Stop it.
Watch the videos. Now he had quick feet stopped.
Remember when you thought he was going to be good? Remember when you saw that video of James Wiseman dribbling over?
Oh, don't act like it's just me.
It was just you.
With no shirts.
Remember he dribbled from.
Spears thought he was going to beat Garnett.
I'm not talking about Mark Spears. I don't have him as a partner. I'm talking about, remember when he dribbled in between those orange cones and you said, Steiny, he likes the ha-ha. This guy stunk.
Man, when you write this Warrior book, man, that miss, I wonder how much is going to play a part into whatever's about to pop off. My point is, it ain't good. That was a miss, man.
It was a miss, but it wasn't a killer miss because there wasn't, like, if the number 3 pick would have been Kawhi Leonard, then I'd be like, man. But it was, okay, LaMelo Ball.
Well, the same people that will laugh at Caruso, LaMelo Ball could be helping you. Like, that's a body.
Well, Ball's been hurt more than Wiseman, actually.
He ain't been hurt more.
You're right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I hear him.
Like, to me, neither LaMelo Ball or who's the best at Halliburton. Yeah. Like, I mean, those guys aren't franchise changers in and of themselves.
But Halliburton he's a Steiny. I was hating on him. He's a good player, man. He knows the game. Long, can pass.
So then,
all-star.
Knows the game, long, can pass.
Yeah.
So the Warriors took somebody who knew nothing about the game, couldn't play, and had no experience.
Yeah, they projected.
Why do you think they took Wiseman?
Well, one, they needed a big man. I think that enamored them, and they looked at Wiseman not like as the new age big man that could put it on the floor, that could shoot, and he couldn't do any of that, and he had bad hands.
So they committed the first. This is what I mean. Two things can be true. It can be a smart front office, but they committed the cardinal sin. They drafted for need at the top of the draft.
And you said
that's the worst thing you can do.
It was you, Bonte, and I. And you don't even remember. You kept saying over and over, I tell you what, sometimes you got to take the best player. And that wouldn't have been James Wiseman.
Never. The best player could not be a guy.
Or even, yeah. Hey, and I'll take the injury
he played
thing.
Southwest Missouri and had like 9.
Man.
I think it was, I forget if that was, he played 3 college games. Let's go to Tom in Sonoma. Hey, Tom, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Guru. How you guys doing, man?
Talk to us, Tommy.
Okay, well, here we go, man.
Okay.
The Warriors aren't going anywhere, man. They can't even beat the 1 through 9 teams in the Western Conference.
Don't rob them of that.
Okay? I would feel better if we were in the Eastern Conference. I would say we might have a chance because there's only one team in the Eastern Conference that is the best, and that's Boston. And we have not beat 1 through 8. My second point I want to make is when we lost the GOAT in that game and we played San Antonio, all we had to do was replace one player, Steve Kerr, the GOAT. What did he do? He replaced him and he put TJD in there, and it messed up our rotations, it messed up our defense, it messed up our secondary scoring. And we have not been right since then. We have got to quit trying to. We had a rotation that was winning. It only needs to replace one player, man, and that was it. And we have not been right since then. And I just think after this year, we're going to see major changes in the league. We're going to see Looney gone. We're going to see all these players gone. Clay, CP3, and
no, I agree. I agree.
You know,
appreciate it, Tom, but we don't. We don't know that they
We're
can't
not there
make
yet.
it. Yeah, well, I am, but I'm just
That
not
sounded
talking
like the
about
end of one of my great. You don't know this about me. I choke up when you watch a long series like Sopranos and it's the finale. You kind of tear up. I have on a bunch of them. I mean, if that were to happen, that's how I'd feel about. We still got Steph and Dre, but man, I'm not ready for Clay to be in another uniform. But if you're telling me they're going to be a better basketball team, you guys want to wrestle? Let's do it because it was almost drinking time. I really truly don't understand TJD being what's Ellen Looney. I think that's not fair. I don't think that's fair to TJD. What's Ellen Looney? I would love to know. Is it physical? Is it like he was out of the rotation before TJD is physical?
Yes.
But where I'm going, Steiny, and Loon, if you're listening, I love you. I think they're going to need him if they get into a series against anywhere. Okay. That's a fact.
Let's go tell Steve Kerr because
he told us. Right. He told us if they're going to need Looney. So I'm not going out on the Bay Bridge saying that, and we haven't heard it. It's just, just odd for him to just disappear from this. Well, because it ain't like it's a 50-win team. You know what I mean?
Like, this is where I think some people would be like, have you been watching Looney this year? Like, do you, and when, like, okay, so there's 48 minutes at the center spot. Like, Kerr came on the show and said, ideally, Draymond will start at center. He'll play 30 minutes. And TJD will come off the bench, and he said 16 to 20 minutes. That's 46 to 50 minutes. That's a full game. Yeah. Looney is not in the rotation unless Draymond gets hurt, Jackson Davis gets hurt, or one of them gets really quick foul trouble.
But let me give you this to you.
Take it up with Steve Kerr.
He's
out of the rotation.
And it's kind of revisionist history, but I'm doing it. What did Kerr say he was doing, and he did it? He ran with the OG5 where Looney was a part of that and started early at the beginning of the season. And he said he did that too much. That's where, if you want to call it drop the ball or Looney physically wasn't ready, that's when it happened. And it happened early.
That's when it happened to Wiggins. That's when it happened to Clay.
That's too many.
I feel like
Loon.
The one thing about Steve Kerr is, like, to me, he has let it be known what has happened this year. He said, I owed it to that team.
I loved it.
So, like, what? Like, I'm not being a jerk here. Like, what don't you get? Like, he started Steph. He started Clay. Wiggins at 3. Draymond at 4. Looney at 5. Yeah. They were 19 and 24.
I didn't know last year's season took so much out of Looney for him not physically to just be a no-show.
But he's not the same player anymore.
But you were never asking. We were never asking him to be Kareem.
No,
but it was him to go get the boards and use your fouls. Like that there's a Looney metric, and he's not even meeting that. And that's, I can't say to Looney, if he pulled up on us, you didn't get a chance. It's like
he didn't get you did. No, he did get a chance.
And Steve's even saying, hey, there's a possibility if we get in a 7-game series, we're going to need him.
I guess what think about Kevon Looney, 2019, 2020. Think of Klay Thompson, 2019, 2020, 2021. Think of the Houston Rockets.
Maybe that's what I'm doing.
Klay Thompson could guard James Harden. When Kevon Looney switched out on James Harden, he was one of the best players in the league. Well, they can't do it anymore.
Why?
That's why
For Looney. I understand for Clay.
Old.
He ain't even 30.
Dude,
man.
he's got chronic hip issues.
Yeah, and he had beaten it, and we had talked about him when we were with him.
He'd beaten it?
Yeah, that's why he was able to do.
But he's never been as athletic as he was at UCLA.
Well, that is gone, and we know that. But we talked to him in his face multiple times about, dude, remember he had the neuropathy of the thigh or whatever, but it's less now than it's ever been in the last 3 years.
That's why he's not playing.